The biggest and the most dangerous enemy of your progress right now is your last achievement. That is the most dangerous enemy that you've got right now. The most dangerous. Look, I don't see how much external factors can impact your progress if you don't allow it, or at least if you focus more on what you can control. But there is this one part that a lot of people don't really pay attention to, is the fact that their last achievements, they have these warranted, I don't want to use unwarranted because that's wrong, warranted effrontery, because obviously I've done it before, I've done something smaller or on a smaller scale before, so I can repeat it. It's not wrong that you would think like that, and I am for that. It's not wrong that you would think that because you've done something similar before, you can do this again. But let me tell you, depending on the scale of the success that you are trying to birth, what is required is usually tad different. And it can be from the perspective of scale. It can also be from the perspective of people. It can also be from this perspective of the level of support that you're gonna get. It can also be from material perspective in terms of funds available, people available to support you, etc. So don't almost say, oh, I've done it before, I can do it again, and then just come with that overweening confidence. I've done it before, I can do it again. So the only reason why this will be correct is if you know for sure that you've done it before, you can replicate it, but then you're coming with more every day. If you're doing that, yes, you will unlock the next level of win almost easily. Okay, but if you just have that mindset of, oh, I've done it before, so I can just repeat it again, and you are not showing up with the minimum required for that next level, it will be almost difficult for you to achieve it. What has brought you to this point in your life right now? Those habits, those routines, those things that have brought you to where you are right now may or may not keep you here, but they certainly will not take you to the next level. They certainly will not, because for each level, what is required is different, on different dimension. So it's different. So you need to every day turn that dial back to zero. If you want to win and replicate your successes almost every time, you need to turn the dial back to zero. That needs to happen. You need to continue to iterate all your processes. The fact that you did something, it worked, they accepted it the last time, does not mean it's going to happen again. Because the same people that said, oh yeah, that was great, that was good, can then pick up something from the same sort of report or the same sort of project, and they say, oh, but why is this not going on well? And then that just holds you or puts you in a chokehold. Okay? So you need to continue to leverage the systems that you've built, all of the knowledge that you have. You've used them to create systems that the people working with you, they can work on autopilot because you are that smart. You've put everything together. You've created systems. You've created processes. You've done all the things you need to do. What you need to do now to go for the next level is to use those same systems that you've used, all those things that have worked for you. Waking up very early, eating the gym, eating the right food, showing up every day with more in your hands and all of that. Leverage that same, but build on top of it. You need to continue to have that mindset. In one of my posts recently on LinkedIn, I said that there are some people that have this mentality of I did my best. Look, if you have that mentality of I did my best, I am doing my best, this is my best, you see, that phrase, you need to delete it. Because for every of your best, that may be someone else's barest minimum. That may be if you leave your organization that you think you're the superstar, you're shining, if you go to another organization, you're not even meeting the lowest person there. And that's the fact of life. So depending on, even within the same organization, sometimes if you leave your team where you are a superstar, everybody sees you and you go to another team in the same organization, you see that the politics is different, things are different here. And that is life. That is just life. Okay, so don't just think that, oh, because it has always worked, then now it will work. And look, this is another example I want to share, especially for people, as in people that are moving location. So you're leaving your country, you're going to another country, you're leaving an organization, you're going to another organization, or you're just changing your physical environment, and then there is the cultural changes and all of that, and you are not paying attention to see what is different where you are. It will be difficult for you to replicate the win from where you're coming, because the way things are done here is different, and that's why you need to bring that on board, because it's just different. Now, that underlying skills that you have, the motivation, your ability to fill in the gaps, those very nice stuff that you have will work for you. There's no doubt about that. All of those will work for you. But you need to build on it. You need to say, okay, what is applicable here? What are guys doing here differently? What is applicable in this place? You need to know that. Okay? Now, look, there is nothing unprecedented about something you have done before. So every day you must continue to think about how you want to break your own world record. Every day you must continue to think about it like that. How can I break my own world record? How can I break my own record? There's no how you will continue to think like that. Apparently, you have that idea that, oh, I'm not competing against anybody. And I agree with that. But even against yourself, if you're doing that report you submitted last month, you're submitting that same report this month, and you've been submitting it for the past 2 years, and you've not changed anything as small as the font has not changed. You've not added more insights, more value, all those things that will continue to build you. You're not doing it. Again, what brought you here may or may not keep you here, but definitely it's not going to take you to the next level, because what is required at that next level, you need to study it, and you need to continue to, so you need to continue to feed it so that you can deliver success. Okay? I want you to continue to engage with those who have been through that next level of difficulty. You've just been promoted to a new rank at work, and you're like, well, I did well I was even operating at the next level when it's different, because now the expectation has changed. Now, before they used to say, oh, but it was this way, he's now doing this, they will give you that what's it called? They will just allow you to do whatever. But now it's different, because now you're being paid for the role. You are now sitting in the role. So you need to engage with people who know more than you to get an understanding that you need. And you need to leverage the knowledge you already have, the mistakes that you have made before. Make sure that you're not remaking those mistakes, and ride on all of those things to replicate your success. But again, do not sit down on the past one and say, oh, but I did the last one, so I can't do this. It does not just work like that. Else, why would that be a higher level of success? Okay? And another one is those who sit on a particular win and say, oh, but I finished from school with a first class, so everything should come to me just naturally. In the real world, nobody cares about that. Like, honestly, nobody really cares. Okay? So all those wins that you had like 10 years ago, 25 years ago, nobody cares about all of those. In fact, the win you had 6 months ago, if you're not careful, moving on, because the world is on a rapid acceleration. You can't even catch up with it. Okay? So I hope this has been very helpful for you. I hope this has been very helpful for you, really. Just make sure that you're coming up and you're showing up with more every day, and you will continue to replicate your successes, as long as you know that what is required for the next level is probably more than what you're currently doing, and everything will be fine. Okay? Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.